You're watching the youth space. We are going to call this the special edition because, as you can see on studio, it's just me. And shortly, I'll be introducing my guest for today. We are going to have a special edition because here at the youth space, we celebrate wins. And the young people that we normally have them here on the program talking about issues that affect the young adults. I always introduce them as students from one institution or the other, right? And from the conversation we've been having with them, you normally see how widened their mentality is for their age. They're doing amazing things. And from the one-on-one conversation they have to this conversation that you're going to have here today, it's just a point where you feel and we feel like there's so much more that the youths have when it comes to their potential. And that's why I'm so privileged to be sitting down with none other than Ben Cheboson, because today we're going to talk about a book that is just being released. And if you've been following this program for some time now, you know that this is the second time we're celebrating an amazing author on the program. Of course, Ezra came with a book earlier on, and we talked about it. And he said that Flourish was just a step towards this book that we're going to speak about today, called Freedom, the Future Comfortability. First of all, just me holding this here is just an amazing feeling, really, and congratulations, Ben.
Thank you so much.
I know for someone to sit down and decide that they're going to write a book until you see the finished product, it's not something to just, you know, it's
easy.
a big deal.
It's a journey.
I know. Congratulations, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And just by I was telling you earlier on, I wish I had it earlier on, but from the conversation that we've had, and actually the last time we sat here with the group, we talked about a little bit about it, but I knew it would be more done favor if we sit down and have an in-depth conversation on this matter.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you feel to have a book out?
I feel great.
Yeah.
Still, I feel I have got that morale that, these people need to be given something. Not even words, but something tangible.
True.
Yeah, and having something like this on the market and to the people, you feel blessed and you feel inspired.
Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about the launch, how it was?
Yeah, I launched the book on 10th July, this month. It was on a Sunday. I launched it in church. It was amazing. It was dedicated by Father Reverend Barasa Patrick from the St. Joseph's Parish, Kapiemit in Eldoret.
Wow.
And it was a blessing to me because dedicating such a book for the young people who are in school and out of school, it was such a thing that, okay, this is a step. And it was not because of my hand. It was because the hand of God and had seen me through this. It was amazing. I had a large number of people and visitors coming. So it was taken as a blessing and also something good to the community.
Yeah, congratulations
Thank
again.
you so much.
And later on, you're going to let the people know if they want to get their hand on this book, where
Of
and how.
course, yeah.
But before we get to that, allow me to just read something for someone who is going to get this book, we start with, in achievement stage, know that you have known your true path, then it's a necessity of becoming you. This calls for your organizations and efforts to take the last step, which had been 1,000 kilometers at the beginning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. What informed this book, Ben?
From the beginning, especially that we have been in this program of Youth Space, trying to enlighten the world and especially the young people about achieving more and conquering their destinies. And when it came to a point where I felt these young people have been maybe in the thin air, not knowing what really do they want in life. As much as they are following the system that when you are born, after that you go to school, maybe get a good grade, especially here in Kenya, that we read to pass. We don't read to achieve what we want. At the end of it, you go to university and get a job. So at the end of it, I realized that this is a slavery for these young people. Many people have been enslaved in a lot of paths that they do not deserve to be there. A lot of maybe journeys that they don't have to do to travel, especially this generation, because everything is changing. And like the other era that our parents used to have large farms, something like that, maybe their parents in fact, they were being taken care to a point that they were married. And at the point that maybe somebody is married still, the father or the mother could be still looking at his or her life. But in this generation, at the end of it, after schooling, it's on your own. Everything has been a mess. Everything is hard. The economy, leaders have no policies to help us achieve things. So I decided that let me write Freedom, the Future of Comfortability. What I'm making here today will not help me because it's too late. The tomorrow that is coming will benefit a lot if I invest today, if I struggle today, and give them the light. So I decided the freedom. In fact, when you see the first page, it's about the sunrise.
Yeah.
And there's a palm tree and a certain water body. Because the sunrise is the light. What do these guys need is the light, what they want to see. Every morning when you wake up in the morning and open your window, you feel that thrilling air inside you that, okay, I've seen another day. And that's the point, to get that opportunity that I can plan for my day, I can achieve what I had planned, and maybe make it a success. The same to this book. The freedom, the predomination of where you are. The palm tree means the palm in Latin, mikono yako. It means when you are being blessed that you are not wesikiwete or manini, you can achieve anything so long as you're okay. And you can learn about palm trees, a very nice thing, because it's a icon of fresh air, icon of nini. And the water body here is 98% is covered, of our earth is covered by water. So it means that we have a larger opportunity or a larger field to expose our abilities and conquer our destiny through freedom and make our future to be comfortable. So in this book, I was pushed because I want to make these young people understand what they really, the journey they are expressing, the professionals, their talents, and everything that they deserve to make them live a comfortable future in the times to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the process like? I know I am not going to tell you how uliandika manuscript and all that, right?
Yeah.
Was it something like when an idea will come to mind, you'll sit down and read, write, or how was the process like?
The journey was, it was kind of that I was low-hearted. I'll be open, because the time I decided to write this book, it was the time that, in fact, it was last year, in August, and my brother MK was still working on his book, and he was we were friends, so he was coming around there, and so I said, I can't be with my friends trying to do the same thing, so I left it behind first. But at one point I asked myself, no, all of this is greatness, and I will appreciate today MK because he told me, no, do you know what, don't leave it, continue. He came the other day, my file was under my table, and he took, oh, Ben, what is this? And I told him, there's a book I was trying to write, but when I saw you are working with something, I told myself, let me leave it first. No, but he told me, work on it. So every day I made sure that I had scheduled my time to a point that every day, before the end of the day, I could work on something, on a research, on something that I wanted. For example, I've used here 4 chapters. In the part of introduction, I've talked about understanding your journey. In the first chapter is about foundation of reality. Chapter 2 is outside school. Chapter 3 is elevation. And the last stage is achievement, being a winner. And in every chapter, I had subtopics in it. Like in chapter 1, in the foundation of reality, I've talked about naming. So in that naming, I used to work on it before the day ends. And at the end of the week, I made sure that that topic is cleared with all researches and handwritten down. And I made sure there was no mistake before I go to the other week. So I worked on it up to the end of that year. And then January, things came here and there. I got a chance to go and study abroad. I left it again. I could not continue the publishing and so on and so forth. But things came here and there. We studied online classes and yeah. Still, I told myself, this must reach outside. It must go outside to the world, to these young people, and show them that freedom is achievable. And it's not by chance, but by our own efforts and our own abilities. Yeah. And by the grace of God, I managed to come up with this book. And it's so amazing. I myself am proud of it. And I'm sure it's a hope of pillar to these young people, because at the time of such a time when we're going to elections, freedom is achievable in any amount of level, so long as you are dedicated, so long as you want it, you'll achieve it.
Yeah. And you can see like your determination. We have the fruit here.
Yeah.
And just by going through the book, I love how quick read it is. I'm sorry, we always say that we're living in a generation where people are not reading, but unfortunately I've come, that's not really a reality of things. People are accepting that you go back to book and paper, you know, right? It's a quick read, and for someone who's going to get this book, of course, they're going to be able to finish it in a quick time, yeah? And of course, this is a book review. We don't want to kupeana mchuzi zote ambazo
Mchuzi zote,
hapa
yeah,
ndani,
sure.
right? But for someone who is watching right now, and I know for a writer, there's always that purpose that is pushing you to write a book. So maybe the one thing that you know someone ambaye atasoma kitabu will come out with.
Yeah, I believe so. And I believe it's not 1, 2, or 3, but it's a lot. When you read this book keenly, at some point you'll realize that I've used Bible verses inside here. It's so unfortunate, and in our shows we have been talking about parents burying their children. It's true, because every time we want to achieve something, there's no achievement that's achieved without. In fact, you can read in my synopsis that success without God is not a blessing.
True.
It's true. Every time we are found to be in lower positions in our lives, we feel low, we feel that maybe we need something. Every time most young people go for drugs, others are faced by depressions, they commit suicides. Others maybe in maybe domestic fights, things of sort. It happens, and at the end of it, there are consequences that are affecting these young people. So inside here, I've used Bible verses to show that every time we want an achievement, we have to solve problems, we have to go back to our knees and pray. So I've related the Bible verses, and I started in chapter 1 about understanding our journey. I started it in introduction because at the end of it, when you read the other chapters, especially maybe in chapter 2, outside school, where it covers a lot of character formation and preparing and test. This is a point where I've levelized everything, that to a point you will learn on time management, finances management, everything. And where a person may struggle a lot to understand everything in front of these chapters is about understanding your journey. In Genesis, I think 12:1 to 3, when God told Abraham to move out of his ancestral land and go to the land that he was going to be shown, Abraham did not hesitate. He went, and God was promising to have blessings and greatness after all. So it doesn't matter at which level that we are in our lives. What matters is, what do we have to conquer at the end of the journey? So as much as I'm in a profession of journalism, and yet I don't fit in this profession, I'm in a comfort zone like Abraham was. So for me to receive the greatness and blessings that God has maybe put before me, is the time that I have to wake up, get out of that part, and go to the land that God is going to show me. The land maybe like now I'm doing nothing, I got out of journalism. Maybe that was my land. If I could hesitate and not move out of it, then the journey I'll be in is that, unasikianga mtu anasema nilioa bibi staki, nilisoma kwa staki, kitu kama hiyo. That's what I'm preventing from these young people, because at the end of it, there's no success, there's no blessing. What if at the end of 90 years that God has granted me, what will I have to say? That at the end of it, I've lived the life that I didn't want. What about the blessings, the wealth, everything, maybe the popularity that I will be having? Will it be because of blessings or because of something else that I did? So in journeying, I talked about maybe with using the story of Abraham. And at the end of it, just to cut short, because mchuzi etaribika, this is at that time that the Mika tribe of Dan and Israelites, they went to the priest and asked them, can you go and ask God if our journey are going to be successful? And they were told what? God has already decided your journey that's going to be successful. That is it. After all that you have understood, what are you journeying for? What do you really want in life? And the source of all of this is that I want to ask you and tell you that we have to receive greatness and blessing. At the end of it, you become a politician. Let it be a call from inside, not from a parent, not from an advisor, a guardian or so. Let it come from inner you and receive those greatness and blessings that you're following up on it. And God has assured us that it's going to be successful at the end of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ben, if someone is watching at home and probably they're thinking, how am I going to get my hand on this book?
Yeah, the book is available, very available at this point, especially that's new. The market is very hot. Yeah, so you can reach me or contact me. I will start with my number, if I will give it here.
Please do.
Yeah, I can 07 13 487 624. I will repeat, 07 13 487 624. And actually I have my online platforms like Facebook, Benjamin Cheboson, Instagram, Benjamin Cheboson. Yeah, I think those are the places that you can find me. Or Messenger, you can write me a message in Messenger in Facebook, and we can communicate and at least plan on how you can get a copy at 500 shillings.
It's
Yeah.
500 shilling.
Yeah.
You said your number is 0713
487 624. Yeah.
624. All your social media platform is
Benjamin
Cheboson.
Cheboson, yeah.
Yeah, Cheboson is
Cheboson.
double O-N. Yeah.
You know, Cheboson is a name that should be single O, but the time they were formulating my birth certificate, my parent missed by adding another O.
Oh,
so
it's
it became
it's
a unique name.
name.
But it's a large name, it's a family name. I
Yeah.
inherited from my great-great-great-grandfather.
Yeah.
So our family capture Cheboson is too large.
I think something you said, Ben, when you started is now you have something you can go back to. Like I've said, this book is a quick read,
Yeah.
but it's a knowledge that you have in your hand anytime you look for guidance. We've been talking about guidance here on the program most of the time. You can always go back, and that's the beauty of actually having a tangible book on it. Right?
Sure, yeah.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you
this
so
is
much.
a huge step, and we always say that the youths of today, they're the ones who are telling us what's happening around them, right? And kila wakati wanasemanga from the bigger people going down is they don't really understand what's happening with the youths, but you can see.
Yeah. In fact,
It's
if there's time you can allow
Yeah.
me, I'd like to talk about the achievement because it's a very short topic and it's very important. For the reason for this book to be out there and at least to be liked by people, I had a journey. Because I'm a young person and most people, they are asking why I can write. Yes, I have a talent that I want to write something. But when they think of how they should start, is a journey, is hard for them in terms of resources, finances. But let me tell you, in achievement stage, I've talked about everything, about how we can reach people. Don't sleep with that talent because you don't have money to achieve it. Like a book to produce, I don't want to lie, is expensive. And at my age, I'm not employed. But at the end of it, there's this achievement. Someone somewhere there will think that this guy has money. But let me tell you, you can reach or you can achieve anything if you want, as I had said earlier. In achievement stage, I have people who are behind my back who told me, Benjamin, that's not the last time, or this is not the end of you maybe having just a copyright of the book in your room. No, produce it to the people. You like friends. Maybe when I was launching my book, I got a lot of friends who supported me in terms of food and everything. In terms of book, my parents, I had something small, but I got a push, and I learned that even if I could have nothing, this book could not have laid in my room. It could have been out here because people are ready to support you. So in any talent you have, just come out, show people, prove to them, and be committed. Just stand out, and God is faithful. Let me tell you, I've seen the hand of God in everything that I've done in my life. Since I was born, actually, I've seen the hand of God. And when you work something in a righteousness and spirit of God, there's nothing you can achieve. And every time, remember to come back and say thank you. Because in achievement stage, I've talked about every time we are blessed to achieve something, most people forget where they come from. So in this book, as you get freedom, you get out of your slavery, and you understand that God is going to bless you with greatness and blessing. Remember the journey that you have been. There are people who have been on your side, just even without even saying, giving you some handouts, but just saying congrats, bravo, continue the same spirit. Like Cast Media, you have been that to us, and we're saying thank you a lot. And in everything we'll be having in our successes, we'll never forget it.
Please don't. Yeah. And like you said, success without God is not a blessing.
Yeah, sure.
Always celebrate when you win, laugh when you're happy, eat when there's plenty, because there's a difference between a loser and a winner, and you're a winner.
Yeah, sure.
You truly are. But
yeah, you are a winner, yes.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we had for you. The book is called Freedom, The Future of Comfortability by Cheboson K. Benjamin. He said you can follow him on his social media platform. Think DM as well. And probably last time, the number, 0713
487 624.
The book is only 500 shillings. And of course, it's certified by Chemtai here. That's all the time we had for you. Thank you so much, Ben. This has been a special edition of the Youth Space. But of course, next week, same time, same place. right here with the team of the Youth Space. My name is Chemtai Kirui. I've been speaking to the author himself, Benjamin Cheboson.
Thank you so
Until
much.
next year, have a blessed time.
Thank you too. Bye.